Hi, this is Steve Shadders coming to you from the Bitcoin Association Wallet Workshop at the Royal Academy of Engineering in London. And right here behind me I have some of the brightest minds in Bitcoin SV who've just finished a long week of technical discussions on future roadmaps for Bitcoin SV.
Gosh, we wrote down something like 20 or so standards. Things like signatures, encryption, basic things that are actually going to be plugged into more complicated things. It'll make it easier for us to build complicated software where actually the components have already been agreed to amongst everybody.
One of the topics was malleability as a feature. So the transaction malleability as a feature, where in other blockchains such as BTC and BCH, they took out transaction malleability with stuff like SegWit and Malfix. We actually have it as a feature.
There's definitely a lot of alignment, a lot of shared vision, I think, here, which is really nice to see and important, and it makes this kind of process really easy and fun to work out because you're not all at odds philosophically and whatnot.
What do you think we can do better to improve the contact between East and West in the Bitcoin SV world?
I think the best way is to learn Chinese. We can have like Chinese translations of all the protocols, all the documents, all the patterns that can be used by Chinese developers.
And it's also really nice to see just kind of ideas that we thought of before being validated in the community, especially with lots of the things that we saw in the community pre-CoinGeek this year.
We are targeting the enterprise use of blockchain, and Bitcoin SV is of course the best, most scalable supply chain to use for that.
The way that we transfer information, storage of information and everything much more efficient, and he came up with this idea of Metanet. And we spent about 6 months kind of really getting our head into the data storage side, data transfer, encryption side of things.
Now we can do things that we weren't able to do before, and it enables new use cases, and that's basically the things that we were talking about these days.
And we have to scale the infrastructure to accommodate it because it's going to be explosive, and so we really need to make sure that we can handle these big blocks.
The connections we made here and the things that we were discussing here, that we can now flesh those out. We can start testing them out, creating draft versions of the ideas that we have created, testing it out in the market and seeing how that can evolve.